Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where and when you are watching us from. My name is Mutathio Ashira Wanyaga Mujiro wa mbari ya Karingithi na umuthenya ni njugaga ni thayo na ngwihoka kuma ngongo ciothe iria ciumaga huho muri thayo. It is a happy new year. It is I don't know if I can still say it's a happy new year, but it's a new year. Nevertheless, here in African Corner, it is the 12th day of January. The year is now 2023. Oh my, I'm so glad to be alive. I'm so glad to be back here on African Corner. We first of all want to render our apologies for the delayed activities. You know, we were supposed to resume before, but we didn't due to some avoidable circumstances. But however, we are back and we are ready to roll for this year. However, today we will be talking about the year that will be 2023. You know, everybody is talking about the new year. Every show is talking about the new year. And joining me today or tonight, depending on where and where you are from, is Kimani Wamwagi. Kimani, introduce yourself.
Kimani Wamwagi. I'm not sure if you'll remember the exact connotation, but she's the lines of Kimani Wamwagi. Yes. In addition to that, I'm also a civil engineering student, and I'm glad to be the show share. Thanks for hosting.
Happy New Year, Kimani. You know, maybe for the purpose of you know, we are back and we're hoping that we are going to be bigger and better. Ali is supposed to be joining us in a few, but if it doesn't, well and good, we proceed and hope that he'll join us in the next episode. So this is episode 16 of African Corner. Maybe you're wondering why it is not a Sunday, it is a Thursday, and we will be resuming our normal programming very, very soon. However, the year started. It is now 2023. I believe everybody who's watching us is in 2023, unless you have time travel back to 2022 or whatever year. We are in 2023, and you know, everybody's talking about resolutions. Everybody's talking about what the year will be. Here in Kenya, Kimani, I don't know if you have heard people are saying that watapanuliwa mipaka. Watapanuliwa lakini watapanuliwa mipaka. So how are you finding the year so far?
Okay, of course I've heard those. Allow me to call them allegations. People say that such and such is my year, but you know, I'll not say this as a physicist. I'll say this as a person who likes to think. And you see, in physics, there's this theory called string theory, and it postulates that you know, like in a samanga, it says that time has no beginning or end. It's simply a loop. So basically, what we did, we simply transited from a time used to refer as 2022 to a time used to refer as 2023. So in as much as someone might like to say things that they want to say about what will happen, if there is no effort, hakuna mabadiliko. Yeah. It's all
I read somewhere that utateseka tu vile vile. You have to have some effort. However, we want to begin this year with some optimism. You know, let us be a little bit optimistic. I remember, you know, many people keep talking about resolutions. I don't know if you're the kind of guy who believes in resolutions. Do you have any New Year resolutions, even if you don't want to share it here live? But do you believe in resolutions? Do you have any resolutions that you might want to share? What do you think about that?
Okay, I do believe in resolutions, but for New Year, that's where I draw the line. I believe you can have resolutions, but you must attach them to a particular time of the year. There is something wrong with the schedule. Yeah, I believe in resolutions. Yes, they might work, but I really see no point of attaching them to a specific time frame, unless it is, you know, by your goals. But it's like Lumumba says, see, it's not like when someone is elected, they immediately become, you know, much smarter. It's not like when the year, you know, drops and we jump to 2023, something, you know, magically happens and you become a different person. You know, there must be effort from you. So, in as much as the resolutions might work, there must be some effort.
You know, some other people are beginning new projects. Some others are just finishing off what they had last year. But some other people, I don't want to mention their names, They have just carried forward the resolution since 2016. We are now in 2023. People have just been carrying forward resolutions. The resolution. It's high time you get a new resolution. Well, people have to understand that the year is just a social construct, or is a way of human beings defining that the Earth, the planet Earth, has revolved around the sun 365 days. But I know that is also subject to contradiction because sometimes it's not really 365 days. But it is just a social construct. However, it comes with a lot of shenanigans where people saying they're crossing over the year. Some people who are praying for it, and they say this is the year of the Lord 2023, and all that. However, I think in matters resolution, if you're really not intentional and you're really putting forth much energy to what you want to do, 2023 is not going to play magic on you. You're just going to say the same things that you said by the end of this of last year. And as somebody said somewhere, I don't know if it was a meme, utateseka tu vile vile. So we hope that people who are making resolutions out there are really going to be intentional to follow up with the resolution that I'm putting forth. However, Kimani, what maybe in that spirit of social constructivism, what do you want to accomplish this year?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
What do you want to accomplish this year of 2023?
It's funny, Washira, because on exactly that eve, no, it was not the eve, the next day on the 1st January 2023, someone
Yeah.
asked me the same question, and they asked me, plain old, if I to ask you what you want to accomplish in 2023, and I don't know, it just came out, without a thought. I just told him I wanted to be rich.
Yeah.
But I believe what I should have said was, I don't know, make progress in everything I'm doing.
Mm,
Because progress is different, as our president used. I heard him saying the other day that kila mtu
mm.
anang'ang'ana na hali yake. So
Yeah.
in as much as long as you unang'ang'ana na hali yako, you're doing what you can do best to improve yourself.
Mm.
Then the year should progress on nicely.
Yeah, many times when people ask this question, what do they want to accomplish? It's a wide range. Eh? We have career, we have education, we have lifestyle. Some people I know they are still trying to lose weight till date, and I hope that they do by the end of this year. To personal life goals and such as even marriage. This age now, some people who are hoping to get married or marry and have children. There's a lot. There's a lot. However, I personally, for me, I think what I might say I want to accomplish this year is I just want to feel fulfilled, if that is a phrase that I can use. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to be fulfilled. That anything that I desire to do, maybe through hard work or through intentionality, it comes to existence. So I think that will be that is come the 31st of December 2023, and as I looking back, the way we look back on the year, if I feel fulfilled, then I'll say I would have accomplished that year. However, I think it is important for us to have a vision and a plan. Despite the fact that we are seeing, Chris, Kemani, that it's a social construct, you see human beings need to have a plan. The way we are created or the way we are, it is good to have a vision and a plan because sometimes that is the reason and the purpose for living. So, what can you say about that? Do you think that we should have a vision and a plan, and maybe do you have maybe a method or whatever plan that you use that can work or you can share with our audience?
Thank you, Ashira. Yeah, I do believe that a person at an individual level should have a plan. They should have a vision. That of course extends to, of course, to society. And
Mm,
when it comes to having a vision, yes, it has to begin with the person. But I really like to see visions being realized, beyond the person, where you see people making progress beyond your reach. And I like to think that the greatest determinant of progress and realization of goals and dreams is if you can see the progress from not within your circle, like you see your friends progressing, you can see society making changes. Perhaps we could have maybe the food crisis maybe perhaps solved. Maybe we could begin, maybe as a country, begin mining our own oil. Some technological advancements in one field or the other, and collectively, all these goals and plans, require certain very certain plans to be actualized. And as we speak, between me and you, Ashera, we cannot really, cast them into a single, plan or something. But if maybe you can adopt a general direction of having, a plan as a person, a society, which extends, further and is actually is in the right channels, then perhaps we could achieve something at the end. Something that you can see, from yourself. You can see, your friend has made progress, and collectively, society, maybe we have made progress.
Yeah. That I think that is interesting, and also in that same spirit. Personally, I think when you are having these visions and these plans, as one of my friends put it, you have to have first of all, you have to have yourself. You have to exist, so that you can have this vision and plan. Because
Uh,
despite that, despite all things that play here, you are the main character in this vision and in this plan. So even while you sit down, come 31st December 2023, you'll gauge yourself properly. However, also you need to look at the tools that you have. What tools do you need to get through this year? For example, I know many people have a resolution to learn a new skill. For example, if you want to learn how to play a piano, it is just common sense. You need a piano. If you if you want to learn how to drive, then you'll need a vehicle to. So the question is, do you have the right tools to get yourself through this year? Because I know many people have many resolutions, many have plans, many visions. So you already have that, you already know that. So what are you going to get? How are you going to get yourself there? What tools are you going to use to get yourself through what you want to get yourself to by the end of this year, and to say, hey, I did this. And also, most importantly, is the people. Yeah, you need some kind of people who are important in helping you achieving or seeing your plans and visions become a success. Because now in Kikuyu we say adonaido. Sometimes it goes down to that level where you need people to keep on reminding you, keeping you in check, and also help you gauge yourself as you gauge them also, because it's supposed to be a symbiotic relationship. So I think personally that is really important for somebody who has some resolutions and visions and plans to move on. However, Kemani, what how about the people who don't have resolutions, the people who don't care, they're just living life, they're enjoying life? What do you think about that? And what can you, or maybe that's such kind of person. What goes on now?
if we might define that person, we might maybe define them as a person who lives in the moment. Those tend to be very interesting persons because I actually know one. I know this person who you never see them making resolutions, you never see them doing certain something purpose, but for some reason most of their shit is always together. They always find a way of putting their puzzles correctly. And
Mm,
I think that for a person who has no plans or maybe resolutions, and somehow in a way that we cannot literally explain, they are somehow successful and their shit is together. I think it's because that person has motivation. Because I think that in addition to what you said, that you need to have a plan, you need to have people that are accompanying to that plan, people to keep
mm,
reminding you to keep moving forward. In addition to that, I think you need motivation. And I like to think that basing a certain time plan with maybe the crossing over and over near is part of the motivation. Maybe that person is creating a motivation that maybe from this time X to time time Y, and have achieved this. So even without resolutions, and there is enough motivation, Maybe, yeah, there are chances that it could work out, but
It could work out.
yeah,
So
it could
which
work
one do
out.
you think is better? Having resolutions or having none? Or plan?
I
Let me
think,
say, let me use the term
I think
plan.
it's having, I think it's having resolutions and plans and then being very motivated to achieve that. It's some sort
And
of
speaking of
hierarchy. If one is
speaking of
missing,
plan,
the train is installed.
speaking, and as you're speaking of plans and resolutions and goals, sometimes it's good to set sustainable and achievable goals.
Yeah,
For
sustainable
heaven's
goals.
sake, there's some goals you just know. Let us be human. And despite the fact that we're having faith and a lot of hope, let us
Mm.
be realistic. For example, you cannot buy an airplane and you don't even own a bicycle. I don't think that is possible within 2023. First of all, just a small. I think wanasemanga slowly is the fastest way to get where you want to go, or in Kiswahili you say pole pole ndio mwendo, or you can also say haba na haba hujaza kibaba. It is important, and it's not only for okay, it is most importantly for yourself, such that when you look back in come December this year, you say at least I did something, rather than you get there, you wanted to buy let me use that example, an aircraft, you haven't, and now you're busy, demoralized, you're demotivated, you feel worthless. It is because, come on, you set up an impossible goal within that short duration of time, because it's only 365 days. People think it is a lot, and by right now you minus 12 there. So you see, you can only do much in such kind of a period of time. So it will be really nice, or it will be advisable for people to set attainable and achievable goals. Despite the fact that to aim the sun to reach the moon, it will be better for our own sake, because as human beings we know that there are some places as an individual you can get to within a certain time, and there's things that you cannot get to within a certain time. However, also you also need self-discipline. You can even set a very minimum goal or a minimum plan, and you still don't achieve it, just because you have no self-discipline in achieving your own resolution. I remember, Kemani, you once said, I don't know if it was in this show, you say that you heard somewhere somebody saying the best way to change your life is to make your bed in the morning. Can you tell us about that? There's a way you say that. How does it go about?
It's actually it's a piece stolen from what's his name? I'm
Jordan
looking for.
Peterson.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson says that he actually says what you like saying. He says you cannot give what you do not have. So he
Yeah.
says that by innate nature, human beings they're the kind of intrigued about changing the world. They want to make the world a better place. But before you make that effort of changing the world, before you can make an impact, in the world, you must first have an impact, on yourself, and that begins with really improving, your environment. And for him, he likes, dumbing that down to actually making your bed when you wake up in the morning. So if actually your environment, including your bed where you sleep, is well made, then perhaps you can you can take a step further and change someone else's life, just adjust it. But
There are some
ukitaka
people who are in,
kutengeneza kama
Kimani, there
kishemeji
are some people who are in that school of thought
eh,
that you don't make your bed such
mm,
that you don't give room for bed bugs, unguni. When you leave your bed that way, there's how do you call it? Air is flowing and proper. I don't want to use that term. I'm not sure of that term. So
mm,
you see, what about them? However, what these people have to understand is it is not more of making a bed, but it is the act itself. That
yes.
it's logic when you wake up in the morning, you're waking up from a bed. Oh, okay, for many people who are fortunate enough. So if you're waking up from your bed, then the first thing will be is to make your bed. So it is more of the action behind it, or the thought behind it. I mean, sorry, it's not the action, but it's the thought behind it, that you can be able to accomplish something in the morning, and then your day goes and such. However, Kemani, does one need? Do you think one need to consider when setting a timeline for their goals and their plans and resolution? And in this time, let us talk strictly about a year. 1 year. That is the year 2023. What does one has to consider?
So I think that some of the things that maybe someone has to consider when setting their goals within maybe a time frame of 1 year. Of
Mm,
course, first it have to depend on what you want to achieve. But for the sake of argument, let's assume that what you want to do is maybe perhaps span over 1 year, and just right where we began, you have the plan, and some of the benefits of having a plan is being able to outline your goals into proportionate pieces that you can achieve, one after the other. And when you have those pieces, and maybe you can count them, then perhaps you can divide them depending on the level of complexity, and you can locate maybe the complex ones some significant amount of time, and yeah, if each is allocated a time that you maybe perhaps think will work, because I was listening to Elon Musk the other day, and he used to say that his time allocations and approximations are usually off by 200%, and it's
mm,
actually the average for a person. So when you're setting goals within a time span of 1 year, then you really have to kind of do some trials and errors if you're not as careful
yeah,
as those people are not, myself included. You have to do some trials and see if this is workable, and then put in some adjustments for your miscalculations, and then of course when you have something that is workable, you'll right know it is workable.
yeah, sure,
It's
sure.
workable.
Uh, you know, uh, just the other, is it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I was having a meeting with a friend of mine, and
Mm.
he had a book and a pen. Serious guy. So this here is no jokes. And then it asked me, tell me in the order of your of what you want to do this year. Tell me in the order of your priorities. That is starting with number one. What is your number one priority? And we went up to five. And
Mm.
I also think that is a good strategy for people who are maybe asking themselves what they can do in order in a certain timeline, such that within this year you can know that my number one priority maybe is to do what? For example, maybe buy a car if you wanting to buy a car. So maybe it's your number one priority, and then you list down them. You list down them. You list them down, and then after you do that, you check which is now also more important within that list, and then you keep getting to maybe three or four, five. So I think that is also a good priority thing to do, so that you can check what is your priority, number one priority this year, and make sure that at least within your number of priorities you have gotten two or three right. I think that will be good for one looking back, saying that at least I got this right. So, Kimani, as we're also wrapping up the show, what
Mm.
do you want this year? What are you expecting this year?
Uh,
Uh, what are you hoping for this year?
Before I answer that, in addition to what you said,
Yeah,
another benefit of planning out a time, just like you stipulated, is the concept of anticipation. If you can plan your activities well, then you can be able to anticipate things, and so most things in the world revolve around probabilities. So if you have a good plan, then you can be able to anticipate a lot of things, and you can be able to respond to them in the time that you should, and by doing that you can be able to avoid some maybe mistakes, and achieve a better plan. But okay, for myself, I'm really hoping this year that I don't know. It's quite a it's quite a big question to ask someone at the beginning of the year. But if I were to prioritize the things that I want to do this year, and age is almost catching up with us. I was realizing that, but we were tulizaliwa 2000, we are turning 23 this year, and it's a little scary. But I'm really hoping to I don't know, achieve financial stability to some good extent, And if all works well, I'm hoping to own a piece of land. I hope that's not too crazy. And yeah, if I have those two, I think I'll have nitakuwa nimefika mahali naenda. Yeah. What about you, Ashira? What are you hoping for this year? And
Oh man, it's a lot, a lot. I don't want to put myself in the public. However, this year, as I told you guys, I'm just expecting to be fulfilled. I want to feel that I'm fulfilled by, in the sense that I've given to the society as much as I could, and I've also received, because I believe that there's no relationship that exists without a measure of reciprocity. However, limiting down my answer is for African Kona and Washira Speaks, as a whole. I really hope to see that we grow and move on to a better place than we are right now. For example, we are hoping that by the end of this year, we'll be having quite a number of live streamers joining us live. We're hoping that we'll increase our subscriptions. We're hoping for Ashira Speaks will get to go and visit places and see, and just get this message out there that you can empower yourself through mindset shifting, and just you have to think differently. For our writers who always write, we're hoping to see more people writing. We want to encourage more young people to write. But over and above, I also want to learn a lot, a lot, a lot. I'm a philosophy student, and I'm a philosophy student for life. So I also hope to get some some more philosophy quotes out there. I don't know. I don't know about owning a land. You have challenged me. I hope I hope I get one. I hope I can be able to own one by then. But yeah, over and above, we'll be talking about these plans as we move on. We hope that all things come to pass. But we have to work hard for them. Kimani, I can see that people are sending in their comments.
yeah.
Allow me to read them before we wrap up the show. I can see Dunga saying, Dunga is a very good friend of our show, and also a member of Washira Speaks fraternity. He's saying that my resolutions are among the many that don't make it to Valentine's. Oh, yet I still count success from past months. Kimani is right. Motivation is key. Dunga said that his resolutions don't get to Valentine. I don't know why he's thinking about Valentine right now. Maybe he should get a Valentine. How do
Things will
you call a
change.
party? How do you call a Valentine? So maybe he should get one and stop limiting its his resolution to Valentine. But I hope this time, Dunga, I hope your resolution can get to Easter, if not August, and surpass Valentine's in February. You can also see Jeff Miner sending in some emoji there, 100, 100, 100. Thank you, Jeff, for tuning in. And our very own Kevin Derito saying that he's tuned in from the water. Kevin, Happy New Year. I'm happy to see that you're back. And he's also saying that tuned in from the water 2023 is the year that the village boy in the water will make the Gotians happy. I hope so. And you should tell us, Kevin, what you want to see this year, so that we can hold you accountable. And when you take you to the Goto, the Gotians will be happy in 2023. I can also see Natasha Manda saying that another chance to say Happy New Year until mid-year. That is true. Kimani, we say that you can say Happy New Year till April and it will be valid. And she also says that having a good plan is important, but I think trying to control certain aspects of your life could make you miss new chances. I think she's saying that you shouldn't control it as much, so that you can be exposed to more chances. Kimani, what's your reaction towards these comments that are coming in?
First of all, I want to thank all of those who sent their comments. There's actually a few who sent them on my phone, but I thank you very much for tuning in. I want to react to Dunga's reaction comment about my resolutions among those that don't make it to Valentine's. I think what ails rather the driving force towards those resolutions not getting to Valentine's is maybe perhaps procrastination. Like today I was on Twitter and I saw someone post a joke. He was saying that I have a joke about procrastination. I'll tell you tomorrow. I don't know. It's kind of, it's a dad joke. It's funny, but
Yeah.
you see, it's not a joke tomorrow. I think Dunga should work on his procrastination if the comments that are here is actually true.
Yeah.
Dunga, not only Dunga, but most people should really work on their procrastination. They should actually do things when they actually decide to do them.
Kimani, sorry to cut you short before. And Dunga and many people were sending in their comments. This year, hopefully, they're going to be guests on the show live. And
Yeah.
you remember when Dunga comes on the show past Valentine, that is from March and April, he will tell us if it is still working, or he will tell us tomorrow.
Okay.
Or maybe we can say he will tell us next year.
What turned up?
Yeah. So, what about? I can see you can also react to Natasha's comment and Kevin Dirito. Kevin, yeah.
Kevin
Man from
Dirito,
Dogoto.
the man from Togoto he seems quite enthusiastic about that name. He's actually used it 3 times: Togoto, and Togoshians. It's
Yeah.
a nice amalgamation of that name. Thank you for tuning in, Kevin. You may react to Natasha Manda's comment. I would like to specifically react to the part I've seen here. He says that, but I think trying to control aspects of your life, some certain aspects of your life could make you miss new chances. When you make a plan, you're really not trying to control things. You're kind of trying to anticipate how they will go. But it is true, you cannot disregard the fact that there are some factors that you cannot control. And if factors are not within your control, then I believe that's the part where we kind of part ways about the kind of force that you approach when it comes to such efforts. If you cannot control something, there are those of us who believe in God, there are those of us who believe in other greater forces than ourselves, and the best we can do is really leave that to those who can control what we cannot control. But if we accept that there are some things we can control and actually control them, I think that we can get somewhere. Thank you, Natasha. This is a very good insight. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kimani. Special appreciation for showing up today to the show. Kimani, I just feel good that I can announce to our people that we are back, so they should stay tuned. Not only African Kona, but State of the Continent is back, and hopefully within this year, Washira Speaks will be bringing to you more and more programs. So stay tuned, and I want to remind them to keep on sharing, keep on subscribing. We're back, and so that we can achieve greater numbers. We are hoping this year maybe we get to 1,000. You asked me what I'm looking for. Maybe hopefully by the end of this year we'll have surpassed 1,000 subscribers, and moving on swiftly. So nothing much. We are telling them to keep on keeping in, and keeping themselves tuned to African Corner and State of the Continent. Also, we want to give a special shout out to one of our friends who happened to have been born when the year was still new. So he has appeared in this show, and we also want to wish him a happy birthday, because by the time we're coming back to this show live, he will have turned a year older. So Collins Minor, from wherever he is, we wish him happy birthday on behalf of African Corner, State of the Continent, and Washira Speaks as a whole. So Kimani, we want to wrap it up and say thank you very much. Happy New Year to everybody. We wish them all the best, that the wishes of their hearts be fulfilled this year. Kimani?
Thank you, Ashira, for having me. I also want to wish everyone all the best. And I really hope that they will be fulfilled together with their desires. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Mutani Oakirawanya, Mujiro Abari Akarizi. And this year we are saying Zayo. Peace be upon you. Peace be upon everybody. Happy New Year. Happy 2023.